This is rainbow foil heat transfer vinyl training powered by East Coast Tags. Looks like it's ready. All right, hey, good afternoon. Welcome to live training, t-shirt live training. Trying to do this every Tuesday. My name is Michelle Greckney. I am your host for this live training, and this is rainbow foil heat transfer vinyl training powered by East Coast Tags. East Coast Tags is a custom apparel shop located in Brevard, North Carolina. We are an LGBTQ plus women-owned business, and I'm very excited to have you here today to do this training with me. What we're going to be doing today is making the shirt that is currently on my person, and it says, "Did you pack a parachute? Because I am falling for you." It's one of the shirts out of our Valentine's Day collection. Quick thing, I went over this last week. These Valentine's Day shirts are available for purchase just as is, as a shirt, and they are also available for the graphic download. So if you are a creative, if you are a crafter, if you are a side hustler, listen up, put your listening ears on, as my mom would say, get your pen and paper, take some notes, because this training is for you. So what we are going over tonight is the rainbow foil portion of this design. Vinyl comes in a lot of different materials, guys. So we have matte vinyl, which we use here a lot. We have metallics like this rainbow foil. We have glitter vinyl, which is a lot of fun to use also. I think those are pretty much the three that we have here. Oh, we have a thermofilm also, which is good for like impact sports on jerseys, so like football players, things of that nature. So what I'm going to show you first is where you can find this design on our website if you wanted to download it for your creative purposes, or if you wanted to shop our Valentine's Day collection. Like, this is the process that you would go to. Let's say you are a crafter. You're at home and you want to create this t-shirt with me. You can have this design, and I'm going to show you how to download it. So, quick apologies. I forgot my tripod today, so if I fumble just a little bit with the phone, TikTok, I'm so sorry. Hello, how you doing? All right, so here we go. I'm going to rotate everybody around. All right, so welcome to the East Coast Tags website. Make sure you have a good view. Make sure you have a good view. Corey did a lot of work on this website today, guys. So this is the first banners page. If you went to www.eastcoasttags.com, and you went to the next slide, you can see that we do bulk order t-shirts. If you went to the next slide, here is our Valentine's Day collection. You can peruse through those. But let's say you wanted to make a t-shirt from one of those designs. You would go to the DIY section and learn some more, or the DIY section right on up there, and it would take you to said designs. And we are working with the "Did you pack a parachute" design. So you would click into that, and then from there you would add to cart, go through the purchase process, and once you downloaded that, guys, I know, I'm so sorry, I'm trying to mumble. So once you download it, you're going to get an SVG, an AI, a PDF, a PNG, and a JPEG version of that design. So you get a lot out of that $5, and you can maneuver this design however you see fit. We took the PDF version, so here you are. And this is not what it would look like. I manipulated this just for my own purposes, but that's one of the things that you can do with it. You can change the colors up to whatever you need. You are then going to take that, and you are going to put it into your cutting software. What I currently use is Vinyl Master Cut V4.3, and that works with our cutting program. There, make sure TikTok can see the design. Make sure Facebook can see the design. Oh my goodness, that was my nose. So sorry about that, guys. Do I have any boogies? Alright, so you would input the design into your cutting software. This one works with our US cutter. There are many different types of cutters and cutting software out there. One of the things to keep in mind is to mirror your design. So what I mean by that is it needs to be reversed. So you would go, if you were using this cutting software, up to a range, mirror and rotate, and you would mirror it. So it's literally going to just flip the design. All right, Control Z to go back. You can read it if you'd like. Then one of the things that you will do next is you will ungroup it and you will put it into its individual parts. So if I ungroup this, now I've got my parachute here, I've got my little heart, I've got my individual letters, and I've got my clouds. So once you download this design, it is yours to manipulate however you wish. You can change the heart to be a more festive color. You can put it into an illustrative software, change the whole thing, rearrange the size. If you're going on a youth shirt, blow it up. If you're going to put it on a blanket, things like that. Once it's yours forever. So what I did is I split the parachute into its own thing. So we are going to cut that out in foil, and then I put everything else in black vinyl. All right, I'm gonna rotate everybody back around, full meow, so that you can see the next stage of things. And by the way, just a quick PSA, little output, that if for whatever reason you want to leave this training because you have to go to dinner or you're driving, this whole video will get uploaded to YouTube later on tomorrow, so you can go back through the training and you can watch it a little bit slower, and then you can get a hopefully more rich experience out of everything. So let's say you downloaded the design, you got it into your cutting software. The next thing to do would be to cut out your vinyl. Now I've taken the time for the purposes of this evening to already cut out the different pieces of vinyl. Our rainbow foil actually is not a heat press vinyl, it's just a metallic. And I'll show it to you in a little bit, but it does get pushed down with a adhesive. So we cut out the matte vinyl and then we cut out the adhesive. We lay the foil over it. Don't worry, I'm going to show you all this too. So it's actually 3 different materials that we're working with to create said shirt. Well, thank you. I like this shirt a lot. It's actually very comfy. This is on a Gilpin Saw style shirt, by the way, just in case you were curious about the shirt brand. So to save your ears, I already cut out the vinyl. Like I said, I currently still have the adhesive in there, but we're going to switch gears over to our weeding station, which is the next stage of things. Once you cut out your vinyl, you have to weed it out, which is removing the negative space so that only the design remains. So come on, kids, field trip time. I'll set you guys right there. Here's our black vinyl, as promised. Here's our adhesive. I still have 2 on there. You saw that I had 3 listed on the cut file, and that is because I hate wasting material. If I was only going to cut 1 of these parachutes, I would use only about 1/3 of the material that I had available, and then what would I do with the rest of it? Just toss it? I'm not willing to do that. I like to, if I can, try to cut something out of it that I know is going to get used later, so I'm not wasting material. The fashion industry, side note, the fashion industry produces probably the most waste out of any other industry. I do believe, don't quote me, I have to look that up, someone fact check that. But I know we produce a lot. I know at least from this particular store, we produce a lot of throwaway trash. I got a recycling bin in so that we could try and do our part, and then any little piece of material that I can reuse and save for later, we try to do that without being too much of a pack rat. So that's me. Hi, how are you doing? Questions, comments, concerns thus far into today's scheduled program? You again. Yeah, we're trying. We're trying to be environmentally friendly. All right, so what we are going to do next is weed out these materials. I'm going to try and angle things down a little bit for Facebook's sake. TikTok, I'm going to have to balance you somewhere else. Like I said, I forgot my tripod tonight. I'm very sorry about that. So you guys are going to get a front row seat about right there. I think that's going to have to work for now. Why is your hat 9 sizes too big? Actually, I think it's a normal size hat. I have a very tiny head. It is what it is. But I'm comfortable, so I don't really give a fuck. Alright, where is my weeder? What's this one? So this is a weeding tool, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like a scary dentist tool, and it probably could be used for that. I don't recommend it. What we are going to do with this is we are going to weed out the vinyl. Like I said before, that's the process of taking away the negative space, leaving you with only the design. keep a garbage can nearby because this is where it likes to kind of stick to you. So if I can keep a trash can nearby and it's not going to stick to anything else that's laying about the table, that is for the best. The head struggles, they really are. We ordered a youth size hat the other day by accident, and I just kept it in the store for display purposes. We can always make a sample out of it, but I tried it on just out of curiosity. It fit my head perfectly. Whatever. So the way that I started weeding this out, by the way, I didn't explain that part, is I gripped it from the edge and then dug into it, and you kind of just scoop. The reason that you start from the edge instead of looking into little bits of material is because then you get a better picture of what's happening. If you start from the outside in, you're not going to accidentally take away something that you meant to leave there, or at least it's going to be a lot less likely. I had the same issue, but I saved my pants. That's funny. Alright, so because we have some thin lines in this design where the parachute strings are, we are going to take our time as we are weeding this out in case any little bits start to come up. You can catch them and put them back down, but I think we're doing pretty good. So just a quick tip, if you are weeding out vinyl, it almost always, if you don't have small designs, it's almost always easier to weed it underneath the heat press. That extra heat loosens up the vinyl, makes it a lot more malleable and easy to work with. If you're working on a cold surface, it's going to be a little bit tougher as the vinyl becomes more rigid. However, you are less likely to lose any small details like dots in the eyes, dots over an exclamation point, thin lines, things like that. So we have the outline, the outermost material taken off, but we still have the little bits inside the letters, and then this line here. This line, make sure Facebook can see, of black vinyl right at the top. That happens when you're cutting the vinyl off of the machine. Sometimes a little bit of extra material can get in there, so you want to make sure that you are removing that, or else that is going to end up on your shirt and it's going to look silly. What's up, Tyler? That's cool. Where's everybody else from? So I'm going to go back through, take out all the stuff on the inside. If you're just joining us now, we are making the shirt that I am currently wearing. It says, "Did you pack a parachute? Because I am falling for you." If that phrase doesn't bring a smile to your face, I don't know what will. It's part of our Valentine's Day collection. My name is Michelle Greckney, by the way. I'm the owner-operator of East Coast Tags. We are an LGBTQ women-owned business in Brevard, North Carolina, and I am so stoked that you are hanging out with us tonight. What's up, North Carolina? Argentina. Call me boys. Appreciate you saying that. Texas, Las Vegas. Connecticut. Where in Connecticut? I grew up in Denver. Just for fun, in case anybody was curious. Nobody asked, but there you go. I grew up in Denver. Okay. A couple last little bits within the hearts. We got the face to take out. There we go. Alright. And the black vinyl is complete. We're going to set that off to the side, face up. If you put it face down, it will pick up any little bits of dust that you have on your table or anything else that is floating around your workspace. It's like, vinyl is like toast. Buttered and or jammed toast, where if you drop it, it is landing face down. It's just how the universe works. I don't know what law of physics designated that is the case. However, it is. It just is what it is. So always face up. California, Oxford, no way. I work in Richfield. Sweet! I used to be stoked, but then my mom got DC. Just picked up my puppy. Oh, you have a new puppy. That's exciting. Okay, so now we are going to weed out the adhesive that is going to hold the rainbow portion of this design down. Like I said, I have two here, so I'm going to cut them apart so that the other one is safe and protected. There's no reason to do extra work when we don't have to. We do have a black table that is behind me, and I do recommend, if you have a white design or a clear design like this clear adhesive, that you weed it out on a darker surface. It's just going to make your life easier. However, I don't feel like moving all the cameras again, so here we are. Pull those bits out. So the thing that I should mention is that we are going to be spending a little bit of extra time together tonight, and that is because rainbow foil and most foils and most metallic vinyls are cold peels. They're what's called a cold peel instead of a hot peel, which is the vinyl you normally see me working with. And all that means is that it needs to set before you pull off the extra material. This is our rainbow foil, by the way. You can see it doesn't have a sticky side, it's very thin. And it requires this adhesive to stick onto a shirt. But this material needs to set into this adhesive. It needs to cool completely down before you pull it up, or else you're going to lose bits and pieces of your design. It's not going to look great. To be truthful, the shirt that I'm currently wearing, I could have waited a little bit longer to pull the vinyl off. But I got excited and I wanted to hop on here and talk with you guys. So here we are. What I'm doing right now is pulling out the little extra bits of adhesive that would normally kind of shape the parachute. And they are very thin lines, so the vinyl is breaking, and that is awesome. Watch me and learn what not to do. Okay, I think I got everything out. Time to make the actual shirt. A lot of work for a dorky shirt. You think my shirt is dorky? It is, absolutely 1000% sure it is. Alright, let's put the dorky shirt together. I'm going to set this one off to the side as well. Facebook up and point you in this direction so that you can see our heat press here. I'm going to pick you up and set you about right here so that you can also see our heat press. Like I said, I apologize I don't have, normally I would have a tripod so that I can at least get TikTok's video a little bit closer. I'm sorry I don't have it tonight. Please forgive me. I will do better in the future. This is a learning lesson for us all. So here we have a gray shirt. What's going to happen at the very, very end of this is I'm actually going to hang it in the window of our shop. So gray seems to show a little bit better from the road, which is why I'm not making an identical white shirt like the one I'm currently wearing. How am I feeling? I'm feeling pretty good. Thank you. I think somebody called me dorky, so I'm feeling pretty good. Yeah. Do you hire straight people? We don't hire based off gender or sexuality. I'm just letting you know that we are a woman LGBTQ owned business. Yeah, that's not something I would ever discriminate on or say no to based off of those criteria. Things that we look for when I am hiring somebody, by the way, which we're not right now, but when I am, we look for creativity, we look for teachability, we look for reliability, all of the abilities pretty much. Those are definitely the top three. And then obviously whatever physical skill set that you would be working at. So somebody that's doing a lot of the intake is lifting heavy boxes. You need to be physically apt to take care of that stuff. If it were in the design portion, you have to have those skills. Things like that. That's what we look for. Okay, so I have the t-shirt lined up. Guess I should go through the way to do that. So, Dad. My dad just texted me. I know you're live right now, but let me interrupt you. Sorry, I let me did. All right. Lining up the t-shirt. Points of reference that I look for are corner seams, where your shirt meets the seam, sleeve seam. Say that 10 times fast. Go. And then the collar points as well. Those are aligned, and I have an equal amount of negative space on either side of the plate. We are lining up this design on a large t-shirt. The design, by the way, which once you download the design, you can change it to be whatever size to fit whatever shirt. Say if it was going on a youth or a toddler size like we did last week, the design would be much, much smaller. If this was going on a 2XL, we might make it a little bit larger. It's an XL, so I left it at 9.5 width. And I think that put the height a little bit over 8 inches. I don't quite remember, but I can go back and look if anybody actually wants that information. I like your shirt. It's cute. Thank you. We're actually making this shirt right now. Right meow. What does the bottom of the shirt say? It says, "Did you pack a parachute? 'Cause I'm falling for you." Yes, I know it's cheesy and dorky, but here we are. All right, so the shirt is lined up. I have an equal amount of negative space on either side of the platen. I'm going to try and dip this down just a little bit. And the overall design is going to be about 3 to 4 fingers down below the neckline. I'm going to use a 3-finger mark. If any of the tools that you saw during this video, by the way, you think would be helpful in your life, the link in our bio, at least for the TikTok side of things, you can find under starter equipment. So like the weeder that I used, like this heat press, like a t-shirt tool that could help you align up the design, like the vinyl cutter, things like that. All right, so you'll see that the design comes off of the platen just a little bit. So since it's stuck down there, because the transfer plastic is pretty thick, I'm just going to scooch it up so that the entire design is on the platen. And now we are going to press this for not the full 12 seconds. There's no reason to, since we're going to be repressing it a couple times. It's going to get a lot more heat as we continue. And now we are going to pull off that bit. And we are going to place down our clear adhesive. I know it's very hard to see. There you go. Now you can see it. So this is going to fit the shape of, oops, I got a little bit of extra on there. So anything that has adhesive, if a little piece got away from you and is stuck to a different portion of this transfer plastic, your rainbow foil will stick to it. So make sure you don't have any little extra bits floating around. Maybe? Yep. Excuse me. All right, so pardon me, I got off the rails. The parachute portion, the adhesive has been laid down. You're gonna let that sit for about 10 to 12 seconds. By the way, the heat settings are at 325 degrees Fahrenheit for 12 seconds at 60 pounds of pressure per square inch. Bless you, thank you. Appreciate that. So we're going to take away the top of this. Let me give you a look at what the shirt looks like right now. So this is where we're at. This is all we've done. We've put down the black vinyl. We have our adhesive, which kind of just looks like a glue inside the shirt, onto the shirt. And next, the foil. I'm going to give Facebook a chance to see this as well. There you go. Awesome. Awesome. Good job, everybody. And we're back. So for the rainbow portion, we are going to take off a piece of this. It's a little bit wider than half, so we're going to cut it off at this blue strip here. Wet on my scissors. There you go. And you want to make sure that you are covering the entire piece of adhesive, or else you will be missing part of your design. That would be no good. So here's our adhesive, our rainbow foil. This is going to go over the adhesive. However, there's one more step that you need to be aware of. When you are working with foils and a matte vinyl at the same time, anything, I have learned from experience that if the rainbow foil goes over any of the matte portion of this design, it's going to stick to it. And if it only covers a bit, then it kind of looks like it looks like a mistake. And it is a mistake. And it's not one of those happy mistakes. It looks bad, I promise. So what we're going to do is we are going to cover anything that could potentially be touched by the rainbow foil that is not the adhesive. So the way that you do that is you keep the transfer plastic that you pulled off of the black portion and you cut out where the adhesive would be. Now I already have that done. It's a little bit tedious since I already made this shirt. So as you can see here, maybe that's a better view. All right. So the portion at top where I cut it out, that is going to be negative space for the rainbow foil. So we've got that laid back down. Now we'll place our foil. That is the only piece. Now we will take our foil and place it over. Here. A little bit of debris. And we're going to let that sit for a full 12 seconds. Sticky side up or down? Absolutely down. Always down, or else that sticky side is going to melt into the top of your heat press, and that is no good. Okay. So here's what we are left with. I know this is a hell of a project for just one shirt. Anytime that we use rainbow foil, we try to make sure that it is not going to be within a bulk order. That said, we have done a bulk order with rainbow foil for CNY Pride up in Syracuse, New York. CNY Black Cuse Pride, actually. That was about 2 years ago that we worked with them specifically, and then CNY Pride this last Pride season. So like I said before, the thing about rainbow foil is this shirt is very hot. It was just underneath a press that was pretty much the heat of your oven when you want to cook a Christmas turkey. So we have to let it cool down now, or else when we pull it off, we're going to lose bits of that rainbow foil. We are going to pull this off. Is everybody ready? I hope so, because I'm going to go home and empty. All right, so you can see we still have the transfer plastic over the portions of a matte vinyl, but I did not want the rainbow foil to touch. Peel those off, and here is the final product. We have the rainbow foil, we have the matte black vinyl, and we have a really cute fucking design. So this shirt is available for purchase on the East Coast Tags website. The design is also available for purchase alone if you just wanted to create it onto something on your own. That is it from me, guys. I appreciate all your questions. If you have any ones that I did not answer, you can always shoot me a message or an email, csr@eastcoasttags.com. Check the link in our bio to get directed to our website if you want a quote request. Be safe out there, make good choices, and be kind to others. Talk to you later.